Hello kiddos, I'm Angie and this is Epic Leaf Studios. Today we'll be reading a story from Tiny Journeys called Apple Red. It is written and illustrated by Angela Williamson. A tiny wiggly worm lives in the safe, dirt-filled ground under an old apple tree. He was too afraid to climb and too afraid he would fall. He was too afraid to fly and too afraid to be seen at all. That is, until one day, kerplunk, an apple fell on the soft, cool ground. The wiggly worm found it lying beneath the old apple tree. In the darkness of night, he decided to get a tiny taste of apple red. He would be back in the safe, cool dirt lickety-split. Apple red was so delightfully good that he munched peacefully till morning. Just before dawn, he fell fast asleep, unaware of the sun peeking over the horizon. He didn't know that the rest of the world had awakened, and the day had begun with the usual hustle and bustle. He was too late to get out of Apple Red before a small child picked it up to inspect it. "Oh no, put that down! That's a wormy apple. It's not good to eat," his mother said. As soon as it hits the ground, an excited dog grabs it with his mouth like a red ball. He takes Apple Red to his person to play fetch. "No, no, bad apple, not a ball," his person says. He throws it as far away as possible. "Do not fetch," he commands as he wags his finger. The wiggly worm pokes his head out of Apple Red. He is flying through the air. Into the back of a rickety old truck Apple Red falls. It bounces along a potholy road with a bunch of hungry pigs. Yum, yum, they don't mind a wormy apple. The squealy pigs dive for Apple Red. It bounces between their short legs. Not one gets hold of Apple Red before it slips between the wooden rails. It lands in a pot of bright yellow mums. A tall, smiling woman is buying the mums. As she walks along, she sees Apple Red in her pot of bright yellow mums. "You shouldn't be here," she says as she gives Apple Red a toss behind her. It falls into an orange fruit cart that is being pushed along to the market. The seller spies Apple Red in his orange cart with his very orange oranges. "You don't belong here," he says. The seller throws it over the side of the bridge that he is passing over. Apple Red lands in a wicker picnic basket that is tightly secured to the front of a blue bicycle. The bicycle stops next to a humongous hot air balloon that is ready to fly. In goes the picnic basket, along with the rider, into the balloon's basket. Apple Red, Wiggly Worm, and all go up, way up, into the sky. They fly through the wispy clouds floating high. They travel far away from the old apple tree and the cool, safe dirt of the wiggly worm's home. They finally come down on a grassy hill. Out comes the picnic lunch one by one. A ham sandwich, a water bottle, cookies, and a pie are put on a blanket. "What's this?" the ballooner asks. "Ew!" she exclaims and whips Apple Red to some horses grazing in their pasture. Two playful colts fight for a nibble of Apple Red, but just can't get a good toothy grip long enough to chew. Just then dinner is served, and off they run. Apple Red and the Wiggly Worm are swiftly kicked under the fence where a bunch of cackling hens roam. The hens spy Apple Red. Many ruffling feathers gather around to inspect it. Their peck, peck, pecking make Apple Red and Wiggly Worm rock back and forth till it's time to go in the chicken coop. Now Apple Red lays beneath another apple tree. Darkness is coming quickly. A tiny wiggly worm crawls out of Apple Red. A sleepy wiggly worm crawls into the safe, cool dirt. An adventurous wiggly worm waits for another Apple Red to fall from the apple tree's many branches. A not so afraid to fall, fly, or be seen wiggly worm waits for a new journey into the unknown. Thank you for joining me for Apple Red. Join in next time for another story from Tiny Journeys called Once Upon a Leaf.